This is an AQA GCSE chemistry question. It's from the Trilogy 2019 paper, and it's a higher tier question. It's going to take a look at chemical changes and chemical calculations. So I'm going to recommend that you have a go at the question first, pausing as you go, and then review. Here is part A, part B, part C, part D, part E, and part F. 14 marks in total. So let's take a look at the answers. We've got calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, and non-active ingredients in an indigestion tablet. One of those is peppermint oil. Why might we add peppermint oil? Now, don't overthink questions like this. It's going to improve the flavour of the tablet. It will make it more palatable, easier to take. For part B, in one indigestion tablet, the mass of magnesium carbonate is 64 milligrams. Calculate the number of moles of magnesium carbonate in this indigestion tablet. Give your answer to 3 significant figures. So the mass of magnesium carbonate, I've got 64 milligrams, but I'm going to want it in grams, so I divide by 1,000. I've got 0.064 grams. Now in terms of moles, number of moles is mass divided by formula mass. So I've got my 0.064 divided by the 84, and that gives me a figure of 7.62 by 10 to the minus 4. For part C, we have got a balanced chemical equation for the reaction between magnesium carbonate and HCl. So they are both provided. Now we need to know that we're making magnesium chloride. Magnesium is in group 2 plus 2 charge. Chloride is in group 7 or chlorine with a charge of -1. So the formula is MgCl2. And furthermore, you need to remember that when you react a metal carbonate with an acid, you make a salt, you make water, and you make carbon dioxide. All we've then got to do is balance it. I've got 1 Mg, 1 Mg, 1 C, 1 C, 3 O's, 3 O's, but I've got 1 H, 2 H's, so let's balance them, and I've got 2 Cl's, I've got 2 Cl's, I'm now balanced. On to part D, we have got a practical student investigating temperature change when different masses of calcium carbonate were reacted with hydrochloric acid. We add 50 cm cubed of hydrochloric acid, we record the temperature, we add 1 gram of calcium carbonate, we stir the mixture, record the highest temperature, and then repeat steps 1 to 5. So the dependent variable is the thing we measure as a result of changing the independent variable. And we're measuring the temperature change. Suggest 2 changes to the investigation that could improve the accuracy of the results. The first one, use a lid. And if you do use a lid, what that does is prevent heat loss. The alternative thing that you could do, if you go back to the method, it tells you to do 1 gram and then do with 2 grams, 3 grams, 4 grams, 5 grams. But we could repeat each mass. So we could do 1 gram 3 times and then calculate a mean. Why is that an advantage? It allows us to recognise and discard anomalies. And finally, part F, how should the results of the investigation be displayed? Well, it should be a line graph, and that is because mass is a continuous variable. And that takes us to the end of this question.